How many of you have ever dreamed of standing on top of the mountain of waste? Raise your hand 5 if it's a no, and then the face is a yes. Can I see some hand? All right. Okay, one hand. Interesting. All right. So, how many of you ever dream of standing on top of Knong Psa? Knong Psa. All right. For those who are the foreigner, you might know that Knong Psa is one of the amazing mountains that very popular at the moment. Yes. So, interesting, only one hand that kind of like show this, of dreaming, of standing on the mountain of waste. I think maybe it's the least place that anyone would want to dream and to stand there, right? If you want to take a good selfie, maybe it's not a place that you want, the kind of place that you think that you want to do, right? So, I myself also in a million years not thinking of that, like standing on top of the mountain of waste. However, in a couple of years ago, I found myself standing on top of that mountain of waste, and it's just beyond the horizon. When they said a mountain of waste, I myself also kind of like cannot really imagine how it is. See some in the picture, but that's not so big, right? How much can a picture show you? It cannot show you the entire thing, right? But when I'm standing up there, it's just so big beyond imagine. Like how can we, Cambodia, it's just right here outside of the Phnom Penh city, have this huge amounts of waste, and cannot imagine about the smell, right? Yeah. So why I want to talk about this today? So let me bring you a little bit into our current waste challenge that we have here in Cambodia. Do you know that every year we create 4 million tons? Do you know that data? So, among that 4 million tons, if you look into Phnom Penh alone, it creates more than 3,000 tons every day. So how many trucks would carry 3,000 tons of waste? Anyone good at math? Can you kind of like do that in your head? Yes. So, we create a lot of waste, every day. This is only the solid waste. And also, among all of those, only 51% that being carried to landfill. And then so it left, 49, right? 49%. So where are those go? Can anyone answer where are those 41 that's not end up in the landfill go? Yeah. Have you ever take a selfie and then you find yourself like, maybe I want to change a little bit because the trash is in the back, like the plastic there and there? Have you ever had that experience? Right? So that are the 49% go, like everywhere. Around our town, along the street, along our beautiful river, and some end up in the ocean, right? It's just everywhere. And then, so if you're looking that again, you can see that somehow your life is around with waste. And we also want to ask, like, among all of this, like you can see, like we have like some stone, like food waste and organic, glass, textile. Among all of this, the top 3 that being generated, created every day would be, number 1 is food waste, organic food waste. The second come to plastic, and the third one, who know what is the third one? Can anyone guess? Close? It's the pepper. Yeah. However, today I'm only talking about the top 3, right? Which means the organic food waste and the plastic and the pepper. We don't really see a lot of food. Actually, it's almost like 50% compared to the other waste that create every day. But we don't see that so much. Because if you look into that type, the nature of the waste, like food itself and the pepper itself, it can be biodegraded in a very short time, right? If you leave it there, I don't know, if you have front yard or something, just leave it there. It might be there for, I don't know, a couple of weeks or so, smell bad. Yeah, and then it's gone, right? But if you leave the plastic there, do you think how long it's gonna stay there in your front yard? Yeah, it might be years, yeah. And then so that's why when you're looking into waste, you kind of like tend to identify the plastic kind of like scattered everywhere. Yeah. But in fact, plastic actually the number 2, yeah, of the waste that being created every day. And also note that couple years ago, around the year of 2016 to 19, the waste that estimated create around Cambodia is only 2 million tons per year. And right now, we are 2023, right? Almost the end of the year. And then we are more than 4 million. Boom. Is it good progress or not? Is it good growth or not? Right? We want to see the economic growth, right? If you are working, you want to see your salary increase, right? Yeah. But if you're looking into the waste, when you see the more number, yeah, on the chart, the more concerned that you become. I myself personally concerned a lot because like it only take a couple of years that the amount of waste we create like almost like double, right? And then so who knows what will happen in the next 5 years, 10 years, and 20 years, right? It may be more, it may be less, I don't know. So maybe it really depends on the step that we are taking today. And when we're talking about the waste, solid waste, you might want to look into our government policy. Our government have responsibility in order to make sure that the solid waste management are in place and to make sure that Cambodia can be a beautiful city. The government have been working on that. A lot of people complain, you might heard, but just so you know, if you look a little bit deeper, you will see that there are some policy in place. And for those policy, it does need a lot of resource in order to make sure that the policy can be implemented, and also a lot of partner. And then so some institutions work along with the government in order to contribute to the strategy and the action plan. And I want to share 2 important points that the strategy and the action plan for the sustainable waste management that the Cambodian government tried to achieve by the 2030. The first one would be, Cambodia have a good environment, clean city, we all have good life, right? Clean city, good life, easy. And also, by then, we have a good waste management facility structure in our urban and city. And this is the hope. This is the thing that I want to see. Right now, if you observe, like maybe bring your memory back to the last couple of years, you will see that a couple of years ago, the kind of bin that you see on the street or in the public place might be different from what it is now. And if you pay close attention to the garbage truck in your Songkat, you might also see that before it used to be one company send 3, right? Right now, there seem to be more, right? Yeah, I don't know what Songkat you are in, and then you might have different company to collect your garbage. And then, so this is the thing that the government start working on with many institutions in order to make sure that this strategy and action plan is keep moving forward. And right now, if I'm looking across the room, can I see how many people actually working for the government? Can I see the hand if you are working for the government? Maybe belong to the institution that working toward waste management? No. And how many of you are the individual entity? If you don't raise your hand, I wonder who you are. Yeah, maybe spy. Yeah. So today, I also standing on the individual. Because I'm not belong to the government. I'm also not working with any institution in particular. But I'm me as an individual citizen. And so since we are the individual, maybe we are our own boss, right? And then so that make it easy in terms of what we can do. So, when we're talking about the individual, and we're talking about the role of the active citizen, and when we look into the waste management, the one problem that I observe everywhere I go would be the trash actually never belong in the trash can. Did you observe the same thing? The trash can is here, however, the pile of trash just right here. Have you ever asking why? Yeah. So I think maybe because of the mindset. Because in Cambodia, the word that we use the word basamram, like throwing the trash, right? So that's why maybe you try to aim, but because you are not Michael Jordan, somehow it missed, right? I don't know. Actually, the right word that we should start to change our mindset, changing the way our next generation look into this would be the word tuk dak samram, right? Thank you. Because if you tuk dak, which means you go and you put it there. But if you bah, which means, yeah, sometimes if you look, yeah, if you're good enough, you aim straight, right? Yeah. But because of that, if we keep changing the mindset of changing the way, the behavior we treat the trust, maybe that is one step that we can do in order to make sure that the trust is where it belongs. Because as I mentioned earlier, my friend, only 51% that being collected into the landfill. The rest is just everywhere. When it is everywhere, it's really hard for the company, the garbage truck to collect, right? How many people did we need to like spend in terms of resource, go and pick up everywhere that, I don't know, 16, 17 million kind of like left behind every day, right? But if it is in one place, maybe it's easier. And then so the key term that we would learn today is tuk dak. From now on, every time if you have a chance to talk to anyone in terms of the garbage, in terms of putting the trust, please using the word tuk dak samram. Can we do that? Thank you. And also, as an active citizen, I think what we can do is maybe learning the principle of 3R. Yeah. So who does any one of you here know what are the 3R principle is? Right? Okay. So would be reuse, and recycle. Yeah. And then some of the institution would also make it into 4R, and some are 5R. So whatever R you practice, if you start with the 3, that would be the first step. So what will happen in the next 20 years? What can we imagine in terms of our future if we're looking into the greener Cambodia? I don't know, like 20 years is a long time, right? But if you don't really think about it, boom, next day you wake up and then, okay, 20 years ago. And then I might be one day just wake up. Next 20 years ago, one thing that I know for sure gonna happen, I'm gonna be grandma. I think it's true. And maybe to some of the people here as well, right? Grandma, grandpa, something like that. Yeah. But what can we envision in terms of our country for the next 20 years? So if we start to thinking about, like envision about the future of the country today, maybe in a way we'll be able to shape it. But if we don't really think about that at all, I don't know, it will gone by time, right? Gone through the wind. The time will pass by and then nothing happen. If you look into the future in terms of something that you want to see, maybe you want to do something about that. And then if we, right now, you will familiar a lot with the term eco-friendly, right? Especially for those who are in town, you learn that like people start to talking about this. People are talking about eco-friendly lifestyle, eco-friendly business. So this is the start. And we also see more green business at the moment. And electric vehicle also happening. Yeah. So any one of you own the electric vehicle? Anyone here own Tesla? All right. So renewable energy is also in the progress. Yeah, if you look into that, there's a lot of investment on that. And it's happening, people. It really happening. And the green city is also on the way. Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of institutions, especially the government, start looking into the investment of the green city. And then, so now, if you kind of like not belong into this part of the thing yet, maybe not making the decision yet, or maybe, I don't know, still being a user side of all of this. So what can you do in order to make sure that, like Cambodia moving toward into a little bit of greener side in the next 20 years? I can say my personal experience. For me, because as an individual, I know I'm small, right? Yeah, alone is normally would be small. Yeah, but every time that I spend money, I want to use that power of the money I spend, even though it's $1. I want to spend something on the business that contribute to the greener side. Let's say every coffee that I buy, if you serve in the plastic cup, I'm gonna say no. If you serve in the glass cup, and then I will buy it. But if you say no, we don't have it, and it's okay, I don't buy it. That's all. And then the one thing that you can observe is that if you keep creating the demand, sooner or later, there will be some business gonna respond to that. And we as an individual, you all spend a lot of money every day, right? So if you start to create that demand, the business will bend toward whatever the customer need, right? So just now, you guys just enjoy your lunch, right? Did you observe the way that the catering being operate? Is it operate in the eco-friendly way, or is it in the normal way that you normally see, come with a lot of packaging, plastic, and stuff like that? Is it eco-friendly? Yeah, I wasn't there for lunch, so I have no idea. Yeah, so it's good, right? So this happen only when the institution asking for that, right? So round of applause to the CAS team for making that demand. Well, I'm kind of like share you a little bit already about what I want to see in the next 20 years, because I believe that if we want our country to be greener, we might want to start to dream on it. But at the same time, not only just dream, act on it. This is what I believe. Complaining is also not a problem. You know, you can go on forever and ever complaining that the government doesn't do this and like these people doesn't do this and that. But stop complaining, instead start to doing something. Maybe this is one of the steps. Because the thing that you should know is like, you cannot control other, but the one thing that you can control, you would be control yourself, right? And then, so today, if you dream that you want to shape this country to be a little bit more greener in the future, so as an active citizen, you want to kind of like make sure that you contribute in a way. So the greener Cambodia on the horizon will be stay there on the horizon forever if you don't act. So that's why me as an active citizen, I take a step. I'm running a campaign regarding for against single-use plastic. So most of my message, I'm talking about the pollution of the single-use plastic and what we can do in order to make sure that we don't contribute to that. What is the solution that as a citizen that we can do? And I also believe in our Cambodian proverb which say, right? We are Cambodian, I think we all should know about this proverb, or the new generation doesn't know. Do we know? Yes, thank you. So for translation would be, one chopstick is fragile, but a bunch of chopsticks are strong. So here again, if you are alone, you cannot really fighting for the greater cause. You can try, but it's just hard. But what if we have more people who share similar mindset? You know, from now on for the next 20 years, I don't know what will happen. Again, I know that I'm going to be grandma. But some of you here, especially the younger generation, might become somebody important, you know. Maybe some of you become a CEO, some of you become, I don't know, very important in the government, or maybe, you know, in a decision-making position. But if you go there in the next 20 years with the mindset that you want everything to be greener, so from whatever field you are in, from medical to education, fashion, you can also contribute to that matter. This is what I believe. So can we all commit that we want to see the greener future together? Can we? Yeah, can I see some hand? Yeah, thank you.